Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel again. It's Tony with you once again for the Wigan Cult Film Club, and it is another Film Finders episode. Yes, I have been rummaging round second-hand shops and charity shops, and you know me, I'll rummage anywhere for this kind of stuff. And today's episode, we had a dig around in a cancer research shop in Harrogate, on a recent trip to Harrogate with myself and Dave, and I found quite a few items. Predominantly everything in the bag will be sold on, will be flipped, because it's not really stuff that I gravitate to. But there was one nice little box set in there that I saw that I decided to have for myself because it was for the right money, and it'll go into my collection. So let's see what I picked up. So the first DVD that I came across while in the cancer research shop was this one, Vincent and Theo. I know nothing about this. It looked like it was a 4-part TV series where Tim Roth plays Vincent van Gogh, or Vincent van Gogh, however you want to pronounce it. And it looks to be a story between Vincent van Gogh and his brother Theo. Seems to be the whole premise of it. Not my kind of thing at all, but as you can see at the top, it's a network releasing. Now, if you're like me, when you see the banner, the network banner, if you're out and about in charity shops, second-hand shops, whatever it is, you'll normally know that it's a sign of a decent release. And as if you collect any of this or you buy stuff to sell on, you know that network titles now, after the recent demise, go for decent money. And I didn't know this title. I'd never heard of it. So I had to do a quick price scan on it to see how much it's going for. And lo and behold, on eBay, you know what I mean? There's eBay sellers up. We've got it at like 35 quid and that way on. It's not worth anywhere near that. What I've tried to find is I work out the base price that stuff has actually been selling for, and it's about 15-16 quid, but I paid £1 for that, so that shall be going on the old eBay page very soon, and someone can pick that up if they want it. But yeah, it's not one that's for me, so it ain't going to sit in the collection. Next was a great little find. Normally, this is the Steven Seagal Legacy Collection. Normally, when you find these, the boxes are battered to high hell. This one's absolutely mint. That's a little cracker. So the films in this one, Out for Justice, Under Siege 2, Under Siege, Nico, which, let's be honest, that's probably the best one. Glimmerman, which I don't think I've ever seen. Fire Down Below, which I never heard of. Executive Decision, which it's weird because that isn't really, in my eyes, a Seagal, out and out Seagal film. So it's a weird one to put in this one. You know, it's a for me it was a Kurt Russell film, that. And Seagal's in it, but he's not, from what I can remember, he's not one of the sort of like the main guys in it. So that was an odd one in there, but it seems to be turned out by Warner Brothers this, so I suppose it's anything that Warner Brothers had in their collection. And the other one's Exit Wounds, which I think I've seen once. But let's be honest, Nico and Under Siege and Out for Justice are the three in that one. Like I said, the only other one that's missing, it's probably because it wasn't a Warner Brothers title, it's Hard to Kill. But that was a nice little find. I give, if you can see, I give a £5 for that. And that's probably where that collection's at. It's worth no more, it's worth no less. A £5 is probably on the nose for it. You know what I mean? If I'd have picked this up to flip it, it would have stayed on the shelf. There's not enough meat on the bone on that one for me to flip. But considering I didn't have any of these films, it's a nice one to keep hold of, that one. And like I say, it's in really, really good condition. So that'll be staying in the collection. And finally, we get this big behemoth. The Columbo set from Playback. If anybody collects all the TV series, you'll be quite thinking with the playback logo. Most of you'll know that. These guys put brilliant complete set collections out. This isn't a complete collection. This is series 1 to 7, and I believe is the 12 or 13 series of Columbo. I know there's quite a few. But again, really, really good condition. And I would imagine it's the same person that tipped in that Steven Seagal box set, to be honest. Because there was quite a few, and they were all in really good nick, decent box sets. This one stood out, and the guy hadn't even priced it up. So I had a little quick look around, and I had a look what they were selling for, and I think CEX are selling it for 20. eBay seems to be between 20 and 25. They seem to be selling for like there's a few got in the last couple of weeks for between 20 and 25 quid. And he hadn't even marked it up and basically said make me an offer on it. I think I give him 6 quid. So I'm not a Columbo fan. You know what I mean? I find it hard to watch old police detective shows. There's not many that hold it up for me really, and Columbo really isn't one of them. But I will be flipping this one on eBay. It'll be going up there. Somebody get a nice little deal. I'll probably do this one for about 15 quid. But yeah, that was Columbo set. So that was it. That was the little haul that I picked up from the cancer research. Put your teeth in, Tony. Cancer research shop out in Harrogate. We don't have many cancer research shops on the high street around this neck of the woods. They tend to seem to find a way onto retail parks around here for some reason now in like the bigger stores. But we still haven't got one close to us here. The ones that I've ventured out to sort of last 12, 18 months, they've been hit and miss. Some are still carrying DVD. Other ones have completely wiped it all out. There's none in there at all. So it's a bit odd really that some should be carrying it and others aren't. Whether they're looking from area to area, whether it sells or not in a particular area, maybe that's the way the business sort of like plan is with DVD now, or any kind of physical media really. But luckily, this one in Harrogate Town Centre still stock DVDs, and they had some decent stuff in there. There was other titles in there, stuff I already owned, so I never picked up. But items for flipping, items for picking up on the cheap are still out there. It's nice to put stuff in the collection, but it's also nice to pick stuff up and make a couple of pound on it where you can. I know there's good points and bad points to flipping at the moment. But when this kind of stuff becomes harder to find, and you can make a couple of quid on it without sort of robbing people blind, I suppose it's a win-win for everybody. If somebody gets what they want, and you know what I mean, you make a couple of pound off it to buy what you want off the back of it. And for us, club-wise, the money made off this obviously goes back into the club. So again, it just helps fund the club really. You know what I mean? No one's really pocketing out of it. It just goes back into the club pot, and away we go. We're trying to find some other things to make a little bit of money for the club on, and obviously the money that comes into the pot helps the club along with sort of like poster printing and things like that, or other event items that we might need. But yeah, they were three nice little finds. So again, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in, and just remember, keep it cult.